Let's reverse engineer knee pain. When going downhill, jumping, or landing, the knee goes over the toes. And now me and thousands of others have reversed our way off painkillers for the knees. 10 minutes of backward walking is the warm-up for the Knee Ability Zero program. The most common ways of adding resistance are a sled on turf, a torque sled with internal resistance, your treadmill at the gym that might have resistance if you don't turn it on, and human-powered treadmills with variable resistance like this one. But you'll also notice that when going downhill or decelerating, tremendous pressure goes into this muscle below the knee. So the next step is 25 tibialis raises, not bending the knees. Standing closer makes it easier, just like decelerating or taking a smaller step into a jump is easier than a longer one. So a longer step is then tougher. The backward walking and the tibialis raises are the easiest steps to learn. And from there, we gradually improve through a full range of motion. Life ain't perfect, but with common sense plus hard work, it can be better for most people. Now let's see if we can break down the anatomy of this. Fortunately, a recent study was done. It found that people with knee pain, compared to people without knee pain, when walking forward, don't get as much engagement in this muscle here by the knee. This muscle is called the vastus medialis. Vastus large, medialis toward the middle of the body. You also have a vastus lateralis on the outside. We want both of those working. Okay, people with knee pain, people without knee pain, the lateralis seems to work fine. People with knee pain though, the medialis doesn't engage the same. However, those same people with knee pain, when walking backward, then got the ideal engagement as if they were people who didn't have knee pain. So this idea that you can reverse out knee pain, that the better you are, the more work you put in backward, the more protected you get forward, that's actually a fact. It's how the anatomy of the body works. So that's really cool. It helps explain this subject. There's a bit more about this muscle though that relates to ATG, which is that of your quad muscles, this is the most fast twitch, that vastus medialis, meaning it's the one that relates more to short bursts and things like jumping. Like what gives someone that bounce factor in jumping? Well, this is the most fast twitch of those quads. So for someone like me, chronic knee pain set in at age 12, through my teens, having various surgical alterations, that muscle, and therefore even the internal structures of the knee, because other studies show that the knee itself internally can adapt and strengthen by actually being in the right positions. Well, there's no way that was developing right for me. So my dad never grabbed the rim, even without knee pain growing up. Now factor in my knee pain preventing things from developing right, because starting at age 12, if I was having chronic knee pain, well, in my sport, basketball, the best players of all time, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, even Wilt Chamberlain, none of them specialized in basketball at a young age. MJ was about 16, he got really serious. He played other sports. Kobe played soccer, also about 16 that he was like one track on basketball. LeBron was playing football all the way till he was 16. Wilt Chamberlain was still competing in track and field, even in college. So I was specializing at a young age, then ran into knee pain, didn't have good genetics to begin with. So that's how I had such a low vertical that I reached my 20s having never grabbed the rim.
Coach Ben played for me. I don't know if he could even touch the rim.
Now I can dunk super easily. So the lowest I tested was 19 inches. The highest I've tested at a max vertical is 42.5 inches. But that big of a differential wouldn't have been possible without having really bad knees and then figuring out a route to you can just manufacture incredible knee ability. So I think that's some added context when understanding this muscle. It's not just about not having pain. It's also that as a result of less pain, we wind up with more ability. I found out I could dunk without even trying to. So this had changed so much for me. Then with friends, being able to play basketball again after years of not being able to play, and a teammate of mine was like, "You could dunk." I was like, "Are you crazy? I can't dunk. What are you talking?" Like I know I can't dunk. So I know now from experience that you can change what your body's like. But looking all the way at the low end of that, we had an ATG member visit last week, in his 70s, and he would stand at the pool and walk backward. He had his knee replacement surgery schedule. They're $40,000 a pop. They have a lot of ramifications after for some people. The sedentary period can be really tough. 1 million of those are done per year. By 2030, that's expected to be 3.5 million. He was able to cancel his surgery by walking backward in a pool. And now he came and visited HQ, and he was able to use the backward treadmill. The sled he was able to push forward. But when sledding backward, you still have to balance your body. So this for him allowed him to hold on so he could balance himself. So this, you have an even smoother scale that you can go from balancing and supporting your weight. You could really look at your steps and take them as small as needed. So really, like if you can walk, you could take a step backward. You could improve ability to some degree. So he was able to now get a burn. He's back, stand up, paddleboarding. He told me, I don't know, I've never stand up paddleboard. It sounds kind of tough, especially for someone who thought that they were gonna have to replace their knee. But I wanted to point out that tip about getting in a pool and walking backward. That's the lowest level we've seen. Another ATG member told me that she helped her mom in her 80s who actually had lost the ability to walk. Like that was it, she couldn't walk anymore. Huge problem with the knee. She used the backward walking in the pool to get back walking. She's now back living her life from backward walking in a pool. So I wanted to go those kind of high and low ends of looking at this equation of backward walking and that muscle. It really can relate to anyone at some level. It's also why I'm out of breath. We have members visit every time. Fridays, today happens to be a Friday. We did our sled challenge in the gym. Sometimes I get YouTube comments and people are like, do you have like a condition of why you're so out of breath? Well, come visit and sled with me and I'll interview you after. No, but I'm a coach. I always enjoyed coaching, being in the trenches with real people. It's freaking awesome. Now, every single time I exercise, it's not by my own anymore. It's with actual ATG members in here at no extra charge. You can come visit. So if you want to experience this stuff for yourself, you can do it online. You can get coaching through it. $49.50 a month. We don't have any higher tiers. We do everything we can for $49.50 a month. No long-term contract. And heck, you can even come train with me in person, schedule it right through the app. That's my sign off on ATG is we're here to help, try to make it work at your level, and my door is always open. See ya.